Welcome to a short segment video featuring the famous Caliente Horseshoe of Tehachapi Pass during the spring green of March 2025. This is part of UP's Mojave subdivision and the town of the same name, Caliente. This first train is a northbound UP manifest led by UP 5328 about to round the horseshoe curve. We also get a look at some remnants of a derailment that had happened here about a week prior to this recording. Subscribe and hit the bell if you're enjoying. Next is a westbound BNSF intermodal train rounding the horseshoe curve. Here, UP trains are considered as running north-south, while BNSF trains are considered running east-west. After the intermodal passes, that BNSF grain train in the siding will make its way around the curve. Just ahead for this intermodal train is a neat narrow canyon section which we will take a look at near the end of the video. Now the eastbound grain train makes its way up around the horseshoe. From here we can see the railroad location known as Cliff way up above where there is currently another train passing through. It's about 6 rail miles from here down at Caliente to up there at Cliff. Now just north of Caliente is the short narrow canyon section I mentioned, which follows Caliente Creek with an eastbound BNSF intermodal train. I have heard others refer to this as Caliente Canyon. This video will be part of a larger production of trains on Tehachapi Pass during March 2025, which you will be able to find in my Tehachapi Spring 2025 playlist. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.